Hey there, folks. Another day in Ukraine. Another start of a mission from Lviv to the east of the country. This would end up being a 2-week mission for myself. For the first part of the mission, I would team up with Terry and John from the Canadian NGO Hero Society, and we would head to Dnipro with a serious haul of goods, including $12,000 of life-saving medical equipment. In this episode, we will visit refugee shelters, a hospital, and I would experience a tour to Dnipro to see some of the highlights of the city. So we headed off from Lviv as we customarily do, with the van loaded to the brim, ready to drive 1,000 kilometers to Dnipro, with an overnight stop in Vinnytsia. This is a really important mission, this one. This is our best yet. We've probably got about $15,000 worth of supplies in the back of the van. We've got food, we've got medical supplies, we've got water filters, we've got personal hygiene products. You name it, we got it. And a lot of effort went into this one. There's a lot of moving parts to it, a lot of people involved. So we're going to spend a few days into Dnipro. The boys who are with me, they're going to head back to Lviv. They got some stuff to do back in Lviv, and I'm going to stick around out in the east for 11 days. Going to do a little trip to the Donbass and then head up to Kharkiv before I head back to Lviv. So it's going to be super fun. Looking forward to it all. Yeah. Pierogi stand. My favorite little pierogi stand on the side of the highway between Dnipro and Vinnytsia. So we're going to get some pierogi. We're started. Pierogi?
Yeah.
Oh, I need my phone. Meat. So if you never had pierogi before, it's basically like a sweet, doughy pastry. And they put different meats and vegetables and stuff inside. Absolutely delicious. Really, really cheap. Really hearty comfort food. Yum.
I can't believe it's 68 per van.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, we're sitting here off the side road on the way to Dnipro, and we stopped off at a little corner or a little stand here, and we're having pierogi, and it's like a bun, very thin. Mine has meat in it, and it's so moist. It tastes so good. You don't need to have anything in it. You don't need mustard, ketchup, or any of this stuff. It's just so filling as it is, and I'm eating my second one. They're probably about this big, and I'm eating my second one. That's how thick they are, and I'm getting pretty full right now. So anyways, yeah, so the drive is going good, and I think maybe I can't drive anymore because I'm gonna fall asleep if I eat anymore.
Always an adventure in Ukraine. Google took us down one road, and there's no way to get across the railroad tracks, and we're going to some village north of whatever village this is to get across the railroad tracks, hopefully get back on the highway and get on the road to Dnipro. Back on the road to Dnipro. It's funny, as we pass through the old detour through Volodia, every second vehicle seems to be a humanitarian vehicle, just like us. It's pretty funny. So it's almost like they're rerouting exclusively the humanitarians. All the locals have figured out that there's a better way to go. Just checking out what's happening in downtown Volodia. I'm almost scared to film these guys. If that guy looks like he's ready to kill somebody.
Where the men are men and the goats are scared.
You can't film the babushkas because they will definitely kill you. Yeah. There we go. So this is lovely Volodia.
On the road to Volodia.
I think it's time for an introduction. This is Terry. Terry, how's it going, mate? What's your story?
Hey guys, yeah, my name's Terry, and I'm ex-Canadian military. And one of the reasons why, actually 2 reasons why I'm here, is because of being ex-military and cut. Yeah. Terry here. And I'm ex-military, ex-Canadian military, and I'm also Ukrainian. So when I came over here, I wanted to come here to help with heroes, and so this is what we're doing here. And I love driving we're going into the war area right now, dropping off medication and stuff, and I think it's a part of my heritage, and I want to do it, and that's why I'm here, and I love this country, right? High five!
After we arrived in Dnipro, we went to drop off supplies at Alexander's shelter. If you don't know who Alexander is and what he does, you can check out my previous video or the first link in the description. At the shelter, Terry and John and I unloaded a ton of food, personal hygiene products, pillows and linen, as well as toys for the kids staying at the shelter. And after some photos, we departed for our next destination, the 16th City Hospital of Dnipro. The dollar value of medical supplies that we were bringing to the 16th Hospital in Dnipro was absolutely huge. We're talking about an estimated $12,000 haul of equipment, everything from Renault and vascular medical devices, various surgical tools, painkillers, antibiotics. There was a lot of equipment that we brought to the hospital that is necessary for surgical procedures and whatnot. So we're just getting a tour of the 16th City Hospital here. We're on the surgical ward. There's 200 soldiers in this hospital getting treated. It's quite eye-opening. I can't really film much, but one of the head doctors here is giving us a tour, and it's really eye-opening. Wow. So as we did a tour around the hospital, what you could see is the biggest concern is shrapnel wounds for the soldiers. So, the shrapnel comes, it penetrates the skin, goes through the muscle tissue, and then makes contact with the bones and literally just shatters bones, essentially. So the recovery time is long. It's very intensive. There's a lot of surgical procedures that are involved. One of the most important devices in the recovery process is called Stryker. So these fixation devices attach to the limbs and provide the necessary contraction required to keep the bones in place where they need to be and to heal. After talking with the doctors there, sometimes the recovery time is 6 to 12, even 12 months. So we're talking a long time. They'll have these devices attached to their arms for anywhere from 2 to 3 months sometimes. The total recovery time for some of these injuries can be a year or even longer. Just outside of Dnipro, just had a beautiful river fish lunch. Nice tranquil setting. And up over in that direction is the Dnipro airport. So we've been hearing fighter jets taking off, coming in and out, landing. We've all been here eating lunch. On the first day of the war, the Russians launched a missile attack on that airport, but I guess they're still able to take off and land there. I'm here at the volunteer center on the outskirts of Dnipro, and this is a main distribution hub for refugees living in the Dnipro area. Just liaising with them and addressing their needs. This is all closed, but it's all winter clothes. It's kind of useless when it's 30 degrees Celsius outside. Their biggest issue right now is a lack of food, and because these folks don't have formal charity status, they're unable to get the necessary paperwork together to import the food that's being allocated to them and sitting in Poland. I'm going to work with some of the folks that I know
who do have formal charity status and see if we can get that food imported and provide transportation to get, I believe, 4 pallets worth of food that's sitting in Poland that needs to get to Dnipro.
Мы занимались вообще эвакуацией, то есть людей. Мы собирали продукты, отправляли большие грузовые машины туда, в Харьков. Оттуда в этих машинах приезжали люди, потому что там было очень жарко. И вот, а потом, когда люди начали уже приходить сюда и здесь просить помощи, то есть у нас когда накопилось много людей, которые переехали в Днепр, то мы уже начали здесь выдавать людям помощь. Вот до сих пор этим занимаемся, выдаем. Раньше это было вообще бесконтрольная раздача, просто человек зашел, получил пакет большой продуктов и ушел. И в день у нас получалось 500-600 человек, мы вот так вот 500-600 пакетов мы отдавали. Тогда и как-то получалось полегче собрать деньги. А сейчас уже все выдохлись, все устали, и особо ни финансовой никакой помощи нет, потому приходится шкребсти по сусекам.
Все волонтеры безвозмездно работают.
Да, все работают безвозмездно абсолютно полностью.
Да.
The two gentlemen who run this refugee hub, they're both named Oleg, explained to me the genesis of their operation. It was all grassroots, and all the volunteers have day jobs or own their own businesses. Often their volunteer efforts conflict with their ability to make money for themselves. I have to really commend the fantastic work these folks are doing. So that's the story of what happened with our humanitarian work in Dnipro. I want to thank everybody involved, including the many donors who made this mission a huge success. In the next video, we'll shift gears and look at the wonderful city of Dnipro itself.
Лише із вірою у Бога нас всіх чекає перемога. Над метушнею, над собою, над всім, що заважає жити, трудитись і творити. Щось добре для себе, для родини, для всіх людей, для цілої країни. Слава Україні! Слава нації! Україна!